Welcome back YouTube, K-Road17 here with a brand new F1 2019 career mode video. We are at the Bahrian Grand Prix and we are just looking over a couple things before we go. You can still see we're second to worst on the grid, but we are going to jump right into it.
Bahrain qualifying is nearly upon us and the drivers look as if they're all geared up to go. I expect we'll be getting underway very shortly. So then, Ant, it's another Grand Prix weekend, another exciting qualifying session ahead of us. What are you going to be looking out for over the next few minutes?
The first question is going to be who can avoid making mistakes. There isn't much margin for error in qualifying, and you have to bear in mind that the track conditions may have changed since practice, particularly as we've had a few support races in the meantime. If the brake bias settings, for example, don't take this into account, it's extremely easy to lock up a front wheel and cause a flat spot. Just like that, your lap's ruined and you've wasted a set of tyres to boot.
Mentioning before, second to worst team on the grid. Not expecting much from this qualifying, but we're going to jump right into it, get our laps going.
Checks complete. All personnel be aware we have a car leaving.
Right, we are going to jump on track and see what we can get from this session. It is Q1. Not expecting much, but as you can see, pulling out of the pits, these lights look fantastic. I think they did a great job this season with the Bahrain Grand Prix. I'm hoping some of the other night races look just as good. But as you can tell, getting out, we're going to try to get the feel of this car. Shifting just a little bit, locking up a little bit, checking the perimeters of the car. And I invalidate my lap, but it's okay, it's only an out lap. But gearing up for our first lap in qualifying. Hanging that right-hander, we're going to come down, hit that DRS, and go for our first lap. Let's see what we can set. The fastest time right now from Vettel is a 1:33.116. Can we get anywhere near that? I doubt it. Hitting heavy on those brakes, easy to lock up there. Hang around that right-hander, down to the left, easy to spit the car out here as well. Second DRS zone. Charles Leclerc sets a 1:33, almost flat. Never mind that, we have our own lap to run. Right-hander. Coming up to the fast S's here. I felt pretty confident in this car. I felt good on the setup. We go green on the first sector alone. Easy to not lock up here. Up the hill we go. This, I feel, is the hardest part of the track. You gotta really nail the brakes. Don't shift it down. Oh, as we lock up anyways. And to the third DRS zone. Coming up here to the hill. Slight brakes, easy on the throttle, you don't want to spin the car out. Coming up, a long right-hander, followed by a second tighter right hand. We go green in sector 2 as well. We have our good old foe Butler right ahead of us. Maybe we can pull a cheeky toe off of him. Coming right up here, easy on the brakes. And full throttle, ooh, almost gets ourselves. DRS zone. What will our time be? It gets us on P6 currently. But as the time goes on in the session, you can see we do finish P15, so we do make it into Q2. Let's see how we get along with Q2. Let's hope we can finish a little bit better. But as we can go right on board here, we are 2 minutes and 4 seconds away from our qualifying being over. I'm pushing as hard as I can. I decided to do one lap, do a one and done. Sometimes that works against you if you don't put a lap in or invalidate your lap. But this time I've had a pretty clean lap. Coming up to the braking zone. Lock the right in. Let's see if we can get on. DRS zone open. And we cross the line with a wow, it was really bad, a 1:37.9. So I think I did decide to go for a second one, but I didn't improve. Only finishing 15th. So 15th, not too bad. Next up will be the race. Valtteri Bottas sets the quickest time in Q2, followed by his teammate Lewis Hamilton. But we have a job to do. Let's move on into the Bahrain Grand Prix.
The curtain rises once more then on the desert stage of Sakir as the players take their places for the opening act. Will they enthrall us like they did in 2014 with that titanic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? Well, we'll find out shortly as we get underway here in Bahrain. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Bahrain has showed us many times in the past though, Anthony Davidson, that a good strategy will only take you so far. Beyond that, you need good racecraft and you need good consistency.
And a little bit of luck too, I'd say. This is one of those circuits where the safety car always seems to come out just at the right time to condense the field together and mix up the cars on different strategies. It's hard on brakes, it's tough on fuel, and the main overtaking opportunity is down into turn 1, where it's easy to outbrake your opponent and potentially have a bit of argy-bargy as well.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc and Gasly, Hülkenberg, Stroll, Perez and Roman Grosjean, Ricciardo, Weber, Kevin Magnussen and Sainz, Rose, Raikkonen, Lando Norris and George Russell. Albon and Devon Butler starts from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
We think you have a great chance of taking home 18th place today.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, was the most hilarious thing I've ever heard in a career mode. I qualify P15 and Jeff tells me they have a great chance of finishing P18. But here you go, here's me making a mistake again, super filling the car. I'm definitely going to go with the one stop as selected, but we're going to dive right into this. 5 lights and we are go, go, go. Red lights light up. And it is go. We get a okay start. We're definitely going to get surrounded by, there goes Raikkonen. Oh, I'm going to get swallowed here by, Russell gets past us. Easy on the brakes. I get a little squirrely. I'm getting surrounded by Norris here. Sand's right there. I'm going to be right between the McLarens. A little archy-bargy. Oh, get a little squirrely out of there. Can I keep the momentum going? Coming up to this right-hander, we go for a look. No, it's not going to happen. The 2 McLarens right in front of me. This is going to be one of those kind of races where you just kind of sit back and see what kind of is gifted to you, really. So, following these guys, we're going to go for a move on Sands on the inside. He's still there. Touch wheels a little bit. I'm going to have more traction up the hill than he is. It looks like it might be job done. He might come back after me down this hill. Doesn't think about it. So that is job done. Now on to his teammate Norris. Currently running in P16. Can we catch back up to where we started P15? We lost out a little bit at the beginning of the race. Slow it down. I noticed this hill, I was able to catch up with the AI so much. I don't know if it had to do with the vehicle setup or if it was just the AI were not very comfortable with this corner. But Jeff's going to jump on.
That start was okay. Now stay alert for threats around you.
Thanks for that one, Jeff. How about the fact that we had a horrible start, but Norris is following Russell, looking for a move, catching that toe. We're going to try to work off that. We got a better run than Norris. Can we go down? It's going to be side by side. Who's going to catch the toe off of Russell? Russell's going to have 2 cars fighting for the position of P14. Russell moves ahead of me. I go 3 wide. Who's going to think braver of it? Lock the brakes up, a little bit of a wheel touch. It looks like we got into P14 off of a very, very risky move, but we make it work. Pushing on here, we move on to lap 3, where we've caught Ricciardo and Grosjean, and I think that's Magnussen redhead, so we're going to see if we can get up to these guys. We are catching a bit of a toe, but we keep going red in our sectors. I'm not sure if this was the car, but we're going to look for a move on Ricciardo. Doesn't work. Lock the wheels up a little bit. We're going to have to pick our moment here with Ricciardo. make the tire stick, make the DRS, maybe think about the DRS zone. Like I said, the hardest corner in this track, I believe, for myself. DRS is open. Can we pull up to Ricciardo and make a move? It looks like he's going to be a little further away. As you can see, I'm still struggling with that power rate ratio with this car. It's terrible in the front line speed compared to the other cars. But Ricciardo going really slow here. That might open the door for us to make a move. But we're going to get the news of our life here in just a second by Jeff.
Right, some information on Ricardo. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Now is the time for us to push. We have to get around him. He's currently P13, us P14. He looks really slow out of that corner. Let's see if this Alpha has any power. Ricciardo down on power.
Teammate behind is 4.2 seconds.
But we're still not able to get around him. Can we make a look around the outside of this hairpin? He blocks the car. It goes really slow. We almost catch the back of him. Up to the second DRS zone. Still not able to make a move, it seems. Ricciardo just has more power. We look for the inside, though. Can we make it? Ooh, that was so close. I almost made contact with Ricciardo. He's right there next to us on our left side. But it looks like he's going to back off, and it is job done. Now we move on to Grosjean for P12. This is going to be quite the sequence here. We're going to follow with this for a while because I had so much fun in this. Oh, Grosjean goes really slow, so we look the inside. He kind of gave us a little brake check. I don't know if he got loose out of that corner. Lock the wheels just a bit. DRS is going to be open.
Set the fuel mix to mode 3. Let's push.
Jeff telling me the fuel is weighing us down. Maybe that has to do with why we're so slow in the front straights. I might look into that later, but here we go up the hill. Grosjean doesn't seem to have the traction I do. He gives us a little cheeky move. And we're going to press on here. Grosjean just has the straight line speed. I can't compete with it even when I'm in rich mode. High ERS. Brake easy. Don't want to lock the wheels up. DRS will be open. Let's see if we can pull a move on him. We're going to look for an inside move here. Grosjean has DRS as well, so we're going to move to the inside here just a bit. Inside. Stroll's going slowly. We have to back off.
Caution. Virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta.
Let's look back and see what happened to Lance Stroll. Pushing down the front straight. Looks a move onto the inside. Slows down, and we see us go right there as well. He pulls off to the side of the track. That's Lance Stroll out of the Bahrain Grand Prix.
VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
So we're going to go back to green here. I'm trying to keep up with Grosjean. Back to green we go. DRS is open right away, but he's going to pull away a little bit. I got caught out sleeping a little bit on that virtual safety car. Going to go up this hill. Let's see if we can pull any bit of a toe. Grosjean going a little bit to the left and right here. We go and we get closer. Can we make a job? He gives us a little bit of a break. Not what I was thinking, what I was expecting. He goes really slow out of that corner. Should we be able to pull up next to him, we could make this move in the next corner. But he does block us just a bit, so we have to back out of that move. We have to think it's sensible since we're only P12. We have a long way to go. It's only lap 5. DRS will be open. Can we get a move done on him? It looks like we finally have the speed to get around him. Pushing the car as hard as I can. Late shifting. Heavy brake zone. Around the hairpin we go. We have his teammate Magnussen right ahead of us. And I think that is Weber right ahead of him. So let's see if we can catch up to these guys. Coming down the last stretch here. We jump on to lap 11 of 29. Lock the wheels up just a bit, I believe. This is where we're going to make our pit stop, our first of the race, our only of the race. I go really slow into the entrance. I do need to work on my pit entrance, but you guys can see we make a clean pit stop here. So pit stop done. We are on our way out. Our only of the race. It is from here to the finish that we go. We have to push these tires, but also maintain them, as Bahrain has a high deg when it comes to tires. As you can see, Grosjean gets around us. I believe that's Sands, or it is Norris. We're going to find out in a second. It is actually Sands, and we have caught Weber here. So let's see if we can work on him. Maybe get a move around, get into P11. He does seem to be going a bit slowly. I was wondering if he had maybe chose a 2-stop instead of a 1-stop, but we're going to push on. We are slowly catching him, pushing as hard as we can with the car, but we also, like I said, want to maintain these tires until the end. We still have quite a bit of laps to go. Coming down to this tight right-hander. We're still working on Weber. Let's see if we can get any closer. We'll ride on board with this battle for a bit because we are old F2 teammates. I thought this was pretty interesting. Locking those tires up so bad. Not doing our tires any favors. DRS is open. Jumping on board here, lap 16. We're going to go up the hill. Weber gets really slow out of this corner. We're going to have to mind that. I don't want to try to force an issue on this corner or make a move, because that's just going to both end up with us going off. Let's see if we can keep up with them.
Battery charge is high. Let's increase ERS deployment to up the pace.
So Jeff's telling us to throw our ERS higher. We're already in high. We get really close to Weber. Oh, we got damage on our left front yellow wing now because we made contact with the back. We do have DRS. We're going to try to make a move on Weber. Can I make it stick? We do just barely get around him. I move in front. Heavy on the brakes. Go really wide to shut the door on Weber. That might be job done, but we're going to have a lot to handle because we do now have a damaged front wing. And he, I'm sure, has a clean wing. Lap 18 of 29. We are still going red in each sector. Weber gets around us again, so we have to fight with him. It's going to be a off and on battle with him until the end of this race. It's going to be enjoyable, I'm telling you. Coming down to this hairpin again. Easiest part for me to mess up on this track. I go really heavy on the brakes, and that allows Magnussen to get a run on us.
Try to stay with him, he might make a mistake. We can still regain the position.
So we're going to have to fight not only Weber, we're going to have to fight Magnussen as well. We're coming up a little hard on the brakes here. Lock up that left front. I've been locking up these tires so much. These tires are going to be cooked by the end of this race. But Magnussen goes really slow. But at this time I did anticipate it. Sebastian Vettel sets the quickest time of the race so far. Never mind that. We don't have to worry about that. That's not our battle. We're battling right now Magnussen for P10. For the points bank position. He leaves us the outside. We go for it. But he closes the door quickly, and we're going to have to make the move in the DRS zone. Can we make that happen? DRS is open. He's going to give us the outside again. We sail past. Is the job done, though? It looks to be easy on the brakes here. Don't want to lock him up. He goes for an inside look, though. No, that was Norris, I believe, that looked for the inside. So we have a lot of cars battling for this last points bank position, P9. I believe we hopped in because somebody made a pit stop. Never mind that. Weber up ahead of us. We lock up again. We have to bring the battle to Weber. Can we do that in the remaining laps? Lap 26 here. We go really cautious around that corner. We do have Weber right behind us. He's going to have DRS, so I try to pull into the inside.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
As far as I can, we go really defensive against Weber. Can we make a late ditch move? Oh, we contact again. Now I have an orange front wing. That purely was my fault. I will take the full blame on that. But we do have DRS, so we're going to have to fend off Weber with 3 laps remaining. Still locking up my tires, not doing any favor for him. But we are going to jump here onto the last lap of the Grand Prix where Weber actually fell off the pace. Now we have Perez in front of us, and Magnussen is back on the charge behind us. Can we keep Magnussen behind us for the remainder of the Grand Prix? It's locked super heavy there. Charles Leclerc picks up the win, as he should have in real life, but he had a problem. But Sebastian Vettel sets the quickest time. Never mind that. We are fighting for our life, virtually here to finish P8. We are low on fuel as well, but we are down I think Magnussen does have DRS. We're going to go up this hill. We got to take it very cautious because we do have an orange left front wing now. So this right-hander is going to be very slow. I had to take it as easy as I could. That's going to allow Magnussen to catch right up behind us. Lock the wheel up just a bit, maybe more of a chirp than anything. Last long stretch, we have to fight. Push everything into Rich. Put it in hot lap. We're still going. We go super defensive against Magnussen. He's going to look for the inside. We kind of block him off a bit. That might have been just enough to hold on to this P8. And we are going to cross the line and grab it.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
Ferrari have really pulled it out of the bag today. It's a great win. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today and the results speak for themselves.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. Let's have a quick look at how the driver standings have changed. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I have to give it to Rose. They did a great job at getting the most out of their tyres without losing pace, something that's a very handy skill to have in modern day Formula 1.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. No change in the top spot, but with today's points, their hold on the lead is getting weaker. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula 1.
So there you guys have it. Finished P8 in the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You've had experience with Devon's fast, aggressive style. Any advice for the drivers he passed today? You were cutting your way through the field during the race. You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it? Appreciate your time.
So there you guys have it, the Bahrain Grand Prix. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. It helps me so much. But until the next episode, I'm going to send you guys off with the highlights of the race.